Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of Never Look Away by Linwood Barclay, performed by Jeffrey Cummings. For Neetha. He's really out of it. Look for a key. I told you, I've been through his pockets. There's no goddamn handcuff key. What about the combination? Maybe he wrote it down somewhere. Put it in his wallet or something. What, you think he's a moron? He's going to write down the combination and keep it on him? So cut the chain. We take the case, we figure out how to open it later. It looks way stronger than I thought. It'll take me an hour to cut through. You can't get the cuff over his hand? How many times do I have to tell you? I'm gonna have to cut it off. I thought you said it would take forever to cut the cuff. I'm not talking about the cuff. Prologue. I'm scared, Ethan said. There's nothing to be scared about, I said, turning away from the steering wheel and reaching an arm back to free him from the kiddie seat. I reached under the pad where he'd been resting his arms and undid the buckle. I don't want to go on them, he said. The tops of the 5 roller coasters and a Ferris wheel could be seen well beyond the park entrance, looming like tubular hills. We're not going on them, I reminded him for the umpteenth time. I was starting to wonder whether this excursion was such a good plan. The night before, after Jan and I had returned from our drive up to Lake George and I'd picked Ethan up at my parents' place, he'd had a hard time settling down. He'd been, by turns, excited about coming here and worried the roller coaster would derail at the highest point. After I'd tucked him in, I slipped under the covers next to Jan and considered discussing whether Ethan was really ready for a day at 5 Mountains. But she was asleep, or at least pretending to be, so I let it go. But in the morning, Ethan was only excited about the trip. No roller coaster nightmares. At breakfast, he was full of questions about how they worked, why they didn't have an engine at the front, like a train. How could it get up the hills without an engine? It was only once we'd pulled into the nearly full parking lot shortly after 11 that his apprehensions resurfaced. We're just going on the smaller rides, the merry-go-rounds, the kind you like, I said to him. They won't even let you go on the big ones. You're only 4 years old. You have to be 8 or 9. You have to be this high. I held my hand a good 4 feet above the parking lot asphalt. Ethan studied my hand warily.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?